How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Paws Up Halftime Report. I am Jake Gibson, joining alongside my friend and co-host Kevin Burrell. And Kevin, I got to say, Penn State's leading 10-0 over FIU. But all things considered, it was a 40. They were favored by 41.5 points, and we're halfway through this game. I got to say, this is a pretty good looking. This is a pretty good start for the FIU Panthers. Defensively, A+ performance by them. They have risen up to the task. Offensively, the Panthers just got to wake up and adjust. Who knows what can happen in that second half?
Yeah, you said it. I mean, this is not the situation I think anyone in the world had FIU going into at the half, right? Losing just 10-0. FIU gets the blocked field goal at the end to go into the half. What a block.
That was hype.
Yeah, and overall, I mean, it could be better, right? FIU's gotten pretty lucky on offense. Keywan's running for his life, trying to make decisions for a second straight week. Unfortunately, you see that Penn State has an interception with a defensive lineman of all people. So we'll see what this looks like. Keywan needs to makes better decisions, but it looks like after that first drive, they've really calmed down a little bit, and they're making better decisions. One thing to note, Dallas Payne's jersey was ripped, so he is now wearing number 46 instead of number 0. So
that's
if you
hilarious.
See 46 on the field, it is Dallas Payne. And I think Chad Staley is now wearing 49. So those are your quick changes on jersey numbers. But special teams has been pretty bad, to be honest with you. Could have been a lot better. The blocked punt.
Both
and then you
special
have
teams.
the punt. And then you have the punt at the 1-yard line, unfortunately, for FIU, or the 2-yard line, which really screwed over. But overall, I mean, defense is holding up very well. 2 turnover on downs for FIU. That's as impressive as it gets. Yeah. So, yes, very nice first half of play. But James Franklin said it. They're going to go out there now, and they're going to clean things up, and they're going to go out and finish drives. So,
you better hope FIU does the stops.
Same. Exactly, especially with the way they've gone. But I think they've ran the ball pretty well, to be honest with you. FIU, I mean, KJ Owens, 35 yards on 6 attempts. So,
yeah, he's been their workhorse. Yeah, he and Dallas Payne. I liked how they used Dallas Payne early on as a receiver, and like you called in the preview, I think for the Shula Bowl, everyone's getting receptions, just like against Bethune-Cookman. Alex Perry had a couple. Stone gets one. Anderson Cayenne, shout out Cayenne, he gets one as a Panther. So everyone's getting shots. Now, I already see the FAU faithful on social media doing damage control, citing Drew Aller as having a really rough game so far. And yeah, I don't think Aller has looked his best, and the weather has been not great, but just how much do you contribute to Aller himself looking not his best compared to what this FIU defense has done so far this game? I mean, 2 for 4 on 4th downs for Penn State. Just like against Bethune, this defense knows how to kill drives when they get scary.
I think, how do I say this? I think everyone knew FIU was not going to be able to stop the run as well as you would have assumed. The FIU's always had a good pass defense, and it's the same defense coordinator. I think there have been a lot of chunk plays for Penn State, to be honest with you, especially on that 2-minute drive there with less than 2 to go. They really dominated that 2-minute drill, and FIU just wasn't able to stop them. So you gotta be honest. Like overall, like this defense has performed. They've got stops when they need to, especially on the 4th downs. So I'm impressed. Like the fact that FIU is only losing 10-0 against Penn State is impressive. I'm not going to say hang the banners or anything, but it's already such a better result than what you expected going into this game.
Yeah.
Like I figured FIU would keep it somewhat close up until the half, and they have. Now it's just a matter of can they maintain this? You know, FIU really needs to get it going on offense. They need to complete drives. I like the aggressiveness on the 4th down on the first drive, for example. And I think that's the place where we can start talking. Like they could have taken the points, but
they should have.
When you go into Happy Valley, you got to be aggressive. And FIU did that, and they have been on 4th down. So they could be a lot better. But overall, you'll take what you've gotten so far.
Listen, I understand wanting to be aggressive, but tell me that screenshot of FIU being up 3-0 to start the game wouldn't have been posted. Sickos Committee, no context, college football, it would have been dropped everywhere. It would have been that hype, seeing the Panthers lead over the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, you mentioned it. The Panthers had a couple of opportunities to score. Like that 4th down attempt, could have taken a field goal. The other time they got into Penn State side of the field, Keywan throws an egregious interception, which a bit unfortunate there. That could have been either another field goal or who knows. I mean, that drive was really going well for FIU up until that point. So there's already been 2 scoring opportunities for the Panthers that they were a little too greedy on and kind of fell flat. So what's the biggest change this offense needs to make in the second half?
Yeah, just better decision making, right, from Keywan. I think the run game is fine. You know, it could be better. It's been fine. But Penn State's just going to stop you, and they're going to stuff you. And Penn State easily is winning the battle in the trenches on both sides of the ball. But Keywan just needs to make better decisions. But again, he's running for his life. I mean, for what you got to give him credit. He's played a fine game for the most part. He hasn't been great, though. He hasn't been good, I would say, but he's been fine. Like, he's been serviceable, and you'll take that in this game, you know, where you're a 41.5-point underdog against a team like Penn State. But, you know, he's spreading the ball out well. They used the tight ends quite a bit to begin the game. I don't know why they're doing that a little bit more now.
Yeah.
But FIU's doing a lot of RPO stuff, a lot of passes to the side to get some yardage. And we mentioned this in a preview. You have to do whatever you can to get positive yardage, and they have. So credit to them, but the second half, you really need to be a little bit more aggressive. And who knew? I mean, they probably would have thought Penn State's backup defense would be in their second-team defense, but all of a sudden, you're going to face this Penn State team. They're probably going to have to play their first-team players all the way up until the end, unless FIU really blows us off.
Yeah. Penalty-wise, FIU has committed 3. Penn State has committed none as well, so that's another big thing, giving Penn State 30 free yards on both offense and defense to kind of work with. I was worried there for a second, Kevin. After Keywan took a hit, he looked like he was hobbling a little bit. I was like, oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. But he continued to play the rest of the way. I'm really hoping that, hopefully Keywan didn't tweak something on that hit. We can probably ask Coach Simmons media availability to see where Lights is at once this game's over. Because obviously
he's fine. He's playing the game. He's fine.
I know, but I don't like seeing him. You saw it. You saw what
it was
that
for
hobbling.
A quick second, dude. It was for a quick second. Relax. He's fine.
No,
unless stayed on the ground and there was a trainer come out, he's fine.
Listen. I don't want to see any trainers come out because my big takeaway, what I asked for in the Praza preview, and I think you did too, was some positive takeaways, which we already have, and a clean and no injuries. So I really wanted to stay that way, even regardless of what happens in the second half. I wanted to stay that way where we saw what this FIU defense can look like, and they've looked really damn good against the number 2 team in the nation. And if there's no injuries, then hell yeah, brother. But oh my God, I hear you. FIU football updates. It's been a pretty fun watch so far. Stressful. It's been very stressful, Kevin, but it's been a fun watch so far, all things considered.
Yeah, so not much more to say. Now we just got to sit back and see how the second half of this game goes. FIU 10-0. So, yeah.
Shout out Willie Simmons, by the way. He's been fiery on that sideline with the refs.
I was told that Willie's the guy, like the type of guy where he's really calm, cool, collected off the football field.
Yeah.
But once it's like game time, he flips the switch and it's a different guy. And we saw that there with the substitution situation.
So I believe Penn State gets the ball to start the second half. So we're going to see what this adjusted offense is going to look like with Drew Aller and all the guys. And by the way, you mentioned that running attack, Singleton and Allen, 93 yards for those guys combined in one half. That is A-okay. You'll take that any day of the week, limiting those guys to triple digits in one half. So final thoughts before we get to the second half here, Kevin. Where are you? You're at the bank, I believe, for a volleyball match. Just what's going on here?
Well, I'm not here for the volleyball match, but yes, there is a volleyball match going on. FIU's about to play Drake, so you won't get any updates from me from that, but, whatever. Just hope that FIU keeps this close, and hopefully they get on the board. We need them to get on the board at least once, right? Yeah. So I think Willie will definitely be taking the field goals this time around in the second half, just to put up some points, but I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about the second half. Like, you feel good about the first, but this is going to be a Penn State team that is going to turn on the jet. They're going to turn it up a notch a little bit in the second half, and And they can't lose to an FIU team by this much. And I will say, for those watching, look at the Bowling Green game last year.
Yeah.
They kept it very, very close up until the fourth. I'm not saying that'll happen, but it'll be pretty close.
If the final score doesn't change and Penn State wins 10-0, how would you feel?
Fine. Let's go to Shula Bowl week.
Yeah, it instantly becomes Florida Atlantic hate week, but we still have some time before that. So, what did you say, Brandon? Defense looks great. We need to take our points. Yep, we had a couple tries to do that, didn't work out too well. So yeah, maybe we'll talk to Simmons about that too. Media availability. See where the team was at. All right, I think we'll end it here. We got to get going here for the second half. Penn State leading just by a score of 10-0. We preached about FIU plus 41 in the hook. Hopefully that pays off here in the second half. But best of luck to the Panthers over at Happy Valley, and we will see you all for the Paws Up post-game show. Hopefully staying as positive as we are now. So yeah, we'll see you then. Paws up.